you're God and you want to give your children an explanation of who they are and who you are. Seems to me the best way would be to cram everything into one easy-to-find source. Stone is too difficult to carve and you get a hernia turning the pages. Writing in the sand only lasts until the tide comes in. Looking at my options, I'd have somebody write a book. The Bible is a treasure trove of information and entertainment. It's got action, sex, sacrificial love, important people doing really dumb stuff, and an ending where evil is vanquished. It's also a literary masterpiece. It's written in poetic form, straightforward historical drama, allegory and parable with an advice column stuck right in the middle. The Bible's not meant to be read as one form of literature. When you look over the rather saucy Song of Solomon, it's not meant to be taken literally. It's a poem written for lovers. If you think Solomon's making love to a woman with breasts of a fawn, or that he's literally an ivory tower, you're kind of missing the point. We also get a look into King David's heart as he used songs to praise God and then bitch and moan about his circumstances. Read the book of Psalms if you think God's worried about you being real with him. If you want the Cliff Notes on Jesus, read the Sermon on the Mount, where he started his ministry, and then go to the Last Supper, where he ended it. One point that bears repeating is that the four Gospels do not line up exactly. If they all matched up perfectly, we'd be suspicious of collusion. As it stands, we know each eyewitness did their very best to recount the events of the day. Then, after Paul's Gospels, where he spends most of the time berating various churches for getting pretty much everything wrong, we're dropped off in the land of Revelation. The imagery of this book is wild. It was written in apocalyptic language to hide the true meaning from Israel's enemies. All this to say, context, people. Hopefully all this will help you understand the book that's currently gathering dust on your shelf. Oh, and if you live in this society, you're most likely heavily influenced by Greek thinking, which means you're linear in your thought. You prefer a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the Jews' method of communication was circular. They opened with the headlines to get your attention. Then they told the story again with a few more details added. But if you read it in a linear fashion, you think the same thing happened twice. Again, people, context. With all that said, it stands to reason that the best way to understand our Creator is to read his communication to us. Duh! Next week, we look at the hard truths of the Bible.